New reports coming from you guys about cyber attacks hitting things like hospitals, trauma centers, and restaurants. Widespread across industries as well as regions inside the United States, we are under a major cyber attack by what appears to be a foreign power. We also have an assistant manager going to be sharing with us what's going on with Dollar Tree, talking about their delivery schedules and what's going on with that. Insider information there. We also have an earthquake in Idaho. Also a major cattle barn fire in Illinois. And things are heating up in northern Israel. Potentially a hot war going to be happening there very, very soon. Let's jump into it. Welcome to the Poplar Report. I'm Steve Poplar. I'm an accountant by trade, and these are your updates that you guys are sending in on what's going on out there in the world, as well as what you're seeing in your local communities. Please do keep your reports coming in. We do want to thank our sponsor, Genesis Gold Group. They help people who have retirement accounts like 401ks, IRAs, and they want to diversify some of that into gold, silver, or platinum coins. Jonathan and his team at Genesis Gold can help get you information on how you do that, what the fees are regarding that, and answer all of your questions about whether you want to move a portion over or all of your retirement over. They can answer that. There'll be a link at the end of the video. Illinois, Rock Island Livestock Auction barn is a giant barn for auctions. They were mostly empty, but we're talking about multiple football field sized buildings, all wood, that caught fire, and the whole thing is a total loss. Only one bull was lost. They were able to save 22 cows, and the rest, the rest of the place was empty apparently. So that is a blessing, but major fire out there. It could have been way worse, of course, if there were people in there. They were able to keep the fire from spreading to neighboring buildings. A 4.9 earthquake north of Boise, Idaho. I know a lot of folks have set up shop out there in Idaho, either getting out of Washington State or Oregon, where things have gone decidedly leftist. That is one of the bastion areas that preparedness folks have been moving towards. So 4.9 is not like super rough, and also with the mountains, that does kind of mitigate some of the shaking as well. But it also means that with an earthquake, things can fall off mountains. So that's what happened there. Northern Israel. Northern Israel is being bombarded by another wave of missiles and drone strikes, and apparently a Israeli drone worth about $2 million was shot down by Hezbollah. Hezbollah is seemingly like they are trying to provoke a war, trying to provoke an invasion into southern Lebanon by Israel, and it looks like Israel may oblige them of that in the near future. It seems like a lot of forces are being deployed to northern Israel to support that type of operation, but we have not seen evidence that operation is going to go forward just yet. We'll keep our eyes on that, though. The last pirate in the middle of Georgia, which is not where I would have thought the last pirate would be, but yeah, okay. They share this. My local Dollar General was forced to throw away almost $15,000 of frozen and fresh foods. One, I never would have expected a Dollar General to have that much frozen and fresh foods. $15,000. Maybe their Dollar Generals are different down there than they are up here in Pennsylvania. But they also the reason for that was due to being close to expiration dates. Within 5 days of expiration, the stores throw it all out. Lots of dry goods, as well as long storage items. Milk, eggs, cheese were the major items discarded. I drove by the store later that night after closing, and 2 cars were dumpster diving for their thrown away foods. It has gotten serious, folks. Paula says the town of Osceola, I guess, Iowa, has a town in Iowa, has had to turn off all non-essential water sources, people and businesses. It is bad. They don't have water. The groundwater has dried up. We haven't been getting a lot of rain in those areas, and it's filtered down into the aquifer. The schools are bringing in bottled water from Hy-Vee, which is the store there, which tastes just like tap water. I refuse to buy their water. I don't know what's going on, but it may become a ghost town if they can't figure out the water problem. Need some rain. And a lot of farms are using the water table as well for irrigation and such. A viewer says, my wife works for a third-party support company that handles various clients. Her company was one of the ones affected by the pharmacy cyber attack this past week. Today, she wakes up to further chaos. Her company's entire VPN, or virtual private network, service is down now. No one knows when it is going to be, what is going on beyond the absolutely no customers can contact her company at all. So they can't receive any calls. They can't interact with clients at this time. And, how many companies are not able to interact, especially on medical issues as well as prescription drugs and everything like that? This is paralyzing the whole network of how our medical system works. If you didn't realize that there are like 2 administrators for every doctor out there, or more, that's probably conservative. That's what our medical system looks like nowadays. Everything has to be authorized and rubber stamped, and it goes through a labyrinth of things that happen. If you've been through the medical system recently, you've experienced this. They try to hide as much of that from you as possible, but you get the feeling of when they tell you, well, it's going to take a few days for us to authorize that and get permission for this or that. John says, Aldi's in Connecticut has been out of diapers for months. I finally asked the manager why they don't have them. He said they were discontinued. I questioned further because the look on his face told me there was more to the story than he was saying. He then said, it's political. I want to toss that one out to you guys. If you have any idea what that's about, let us know. But no diapers in Aldi's because of politics, apparently. Charles says, in Huntington, West Virginia, the day that the AT&T outage, one of the 2 major hospitals in town went on code black, meaning their systems were down. A friend that works there got an alert on his phone, and when he reached out to the coworkers, they said even the IT guys could not log on to their systems. They were down for several hours before coming back online. And that's one of the things that's really gotten me starting to lean more and more towards the hacking thing with AT&T, because there have been so many hacking attacks in the last week that it's in this. I mean, it could be just happenstance, but it just seems like so many other systems were affected that it may be a hacking attack. I'm leaning towards that a little more. I know AT&T is still saying that it was a process, an illegitimate process or something like that. But see, the thing is, as they have it worded, it doesn't necessarily rule out that it was maliciously done. And there is an open FBI investigation into whether it was malicious. The government, I forget what it's called, but it's something about there's a government agency that basically its responsibility is the security of infrastructure inside the United States, particularly from hacking attacks and such like that. And that entity is partnering with the FBI for this investigation to see if critical U.S. infrastructure was attacked through a cyber attack. So that is underway, and they have not ruled it out. They haven't stopped investigating, okay? This is from a viewer in Alabama. New neighbor tried to get his phone service connected, landline. AT&T told him no service was available. The landlines are being removed from service as they are disconnected. So AT&T won't let them hook up a new landline. So if you're trying to get a landline or you're thinking about getting a landline, you may not be allowed to get a landline. In a lot of areas, that seems to be what's going on right now, is that if you have a landline, they'll let you keep it, but they're not going to install any new ones. And as they come out, that's it for those places. Ellens says, I do billing for a local behavior health hospital. I have been getting daily messages through our billing clearinghouse regarding the Change Healthcare mess. You see how this is just rippling through the entire medical industry? We can't bill to some insurances until it's cleared up, and so far there is no time frame for it being fixed. Our clearinghouse has disconnected from Change Healthcare for now. So they've completely disconnected their computer systems so they're not hacked through the software, right? Also, I was at my veterinarian's office on Friday. They were frazzled as their computer system they use has been down all day. Just one place after the next, after the next, after the next. This is definitely an uptick compared to what we've seen in the past. Things are definitely happening, friends. Be aware that your cell phone, your internet, your power can all disappear. As I've been doing some digging into the Volt Typhoon, these guys, people have been talking about them in the background in the security realm because they're very concerned about what they're doing. They're seeing them attacking basically the internet-facing websites and stuff like that of these power companies and such. They're going after infrastructure, and they're burrowing in to the front, the public-facing side, trying to get all the information they can in order to cross over into the side that actually controls turning on power plants and regulating voltage on lines and all that kind of stuff. The evidence is that they haven't gotten into those systems yet, but they are actively trying to get into those systems, and they seem to be doing a very professional job at trying to crack into those systems. We've been told so many times by the U.S. federal government that's not possible. All the best systems are in place. It's just not possible to get that to access those systems remotely. And yet we see these guys really trying hard to get into those systems. So that on top of all the little hiccups we're seeing across our economy. Rhonda Register says, I worked at a large radiology department of a trauma center, and everything is done there by computers. 2 people are responsible for just billing all the radiology procedures. And I'm sure those folks are not having a good week so far. Bay says, I work in a school in South Central Pennsylvania and just starting last week, we suddenly have stopped having fresh fruit varieties and choices. We were having choices between nice large oranges, apples, pears, bananas, occasionally plums, or boxed raisins. Starting last Tuesday, the choices were a 1-inch diameter sweetie. From my internet searches, that seems to be about sweet grapefruits, like from Israel, but I think that may also be a term for the little tangerines or oranges, but you guys might know better than I will about that. But 1-inch diameter sweeties and raisins. That was it. No other fruit. On Friday, they did add very small red pears. Perhaps it was a delivery problem, but not sure. Well, we're seeing fruit issues out there for sure, all over the place, aren't we? Talon says, I'm in Prescott, Arizona, and a few days ago I went to Applebee's to eat, and they told me all the Applebee's computer systems were down across the nation. Is that just a little hiccup? Why does it seem like all of our computer systems at all these different places seem to be impacted by hacking? They were writing all the orders on paper, couldn't slide any cards to pay, cash, or they wrote your credit card number down on paper. I paid cash. Probably a smart choice. Once the right person looks at that piece of paper to process your credit card, what happens to the slip of paper? Hopefully they destroy it, but then again, you never can be sure about that, right? Mellon says, Central Arkansas. I spoke with an ex-assistant manager of Dollar Tree. He said that they are not getting their trucks in now. They have a ton of snacks, but not many other food items. And that's kind of what we're seeing out there. We're not seeing the housewares. We're not seeing the toys and stuff like that being restocked very well. We're not seeing the medical sections of the stores being restocked. We're seeing snack foods restocked, and that's about it. Sometimes the food section looks a little bit better than others. Victoria says, Victoria, East Tennessee, went to Kroger today, and I was in total shock. The store is completely compressed, like someone sucked all the air out of the store. Empty shelves and spaces everywhere covered by expansive signs citing a better shopping experience. Everything in the store was moved and it all runs together. There were at least 3 to 4 full-service cashier stations, but with the registers removed. It was truly like being in the Twilight Zone, really scary. Those are the reports that we have. If you have reports that you'd like to send in, just reply on with a comment on any one of the videos here. Use the word update and they'll get it to the right place. We thank you so much for joining us. If you want to get some more information from Genesis Gold about what you can do with your retirement accounts, there's a link right here. If you want to check out a video from the channel, there's one right up here. I'll see you over there, or I'll see you guys later. Steve Poplar of the Poplar Report.